Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Shimazu Gun Samurai series, where in the off-camera time here, I've gone around, upgraded a few castles, just queued up some more projects, basically. And then I've also gone through and assigned all of the perks, and boy, was there a lot of them, good god. It definitely took a hot minute to do all of that. But yes, everyone's perks have been assigned. And I think for my own personal character here, I'm going to put a point into cunning, and then I'm going to put probably some points into medicine, and then maybe engineering. Not exactly sure. Probably engineering for the military planner perk here. It's pretty solid. It does pretty decent there. But yeah, let's go ahead and get back to the playthrough here. I'm at 193 troop total. I need to be up at 215 here before we do anything at all. And I'm going to grab some, not Shimazu, but Sakai Jin Samurai out of the garrisons here. We only have 51 infantry. May want to add some more infantry. We have a lot of Sakai horse gunners now, so we can get some nice crossfires going, but I definitely need some actual infantry. We did get some Tokai Hatamotos, but again, very limited amount of those guys. Let's see here. We don't really have any Jin Samurai. Everyone's pretty much been upgraded. We have some Sakai Samurai infantry, but that is about all. All right, so let's go to a few towns and see if we can pick up some of those Sakai Jin Samurai. And we probably need to turn them into melee troops at this point, I would imagine, just because of how our army actually works. I would say probably turning them into Jin Samurai would probably be a good idea, or we could just end up taking these guys here. They work as well, just not as good. I do wish, like, with how the troop trees are, I wish that they would extend everybody out to tier 5 at least, so that way, like, these guys wouldn't be just stuck at tier 4. They could be tier 5. Now they don't have to be as good as as some of the troops are, but they could just, you know, they could just be there. Let's see, you and me there. Last episode we also looked for some Portuguese gunners, and I did not see any. I'll be honest, I saw absolutely none. So not a super promising outcome for that. But let me go ahead and thank the channel members. Thank you to Tyler, Moses, and Jared, all for 6 months of channel membership. Thank you guys for that. And then thank you to Walter, Tobias, Mooncheese, Franklin, Shadowfighter Pro, JT, Michael, Pfeiffer, Desperado, Shipwrecked, and Joski. Those are our other channel members, still just as important, but I do like to point out when people have been channel members for an extended period of time. Usually I'll give you that shout out when you hit 6 months, but yeah. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and head back to Oyama here, and we'll stop at some of the towns along the way and pick up some more Jin Samurai. And then, of course, the Sakai Samurai infantry. They actually are pretty decent from what I understand here. I mean, they get better armor than the average guy, and they do have like a weird spear Yari. It's very strange, but it's better than nothing. So yeah, we can go with that there. The only other real option for us is to grab just regular Yari. And I actually don't think that's a terrible idea. And these katana guys as well. Now they only upgrade to 3, but they do get some decent weapons. Not great by any means, but better than nothing. And I really just cannot wait till they introduce a My Little Warband compatibility patch for that mod, which I think a lot of people are working on it, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go double check that actually. think some people um uh yeah, I think they are working on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody is working on it. So hopefully we get that soon here in the next like couple of weeks. That would be super nice if we could get that, because that mod is gonna absolutely change everything. You know what, while we're close by, let's go talk to Mr. Shipwrecked here, and we'll track him down here for a second. Just to double check and make sure they're actually using the party template. I think they should be. So they should have no bow troops anymore. Let's see here. Quest entry to the castle, and let's talk to Shipwrecked. Let's see here. Let me inspect your troops. Okay, good. So they have oh wait, was that Portuguese? Wait, let's sort by tier. I thought I saw. Okay, no. So they do have a few Yumi. They shouldn't really have any Yumi though. It's probably just because they had them from before. We can take some Jin Samurai off them. Not sure if we really need to do that though. They do have Hokuriku Samurai, which are going to be significantly better than the Sakai Jin Samurai. So what I could do is take some of those troops off of them, and then we would end up having yeah, so they still have Yumi Ashigaru and stuff like that, but they really don't have anything like it looks like they are mostly guns, so they should be at least mostly recruiting gun troops, hopefully. It's actually not looking like super promising. So yeah. Hopefully it does end up working out better though. I will take the Hokuriku Jin Samurai here, and I will drop off some of these Yari Ashigaru and Katana. There we go. And we can make those guys into infantry. All right, I must leave now. I'm very curious to see if there's actually any specialty Sakai troops. I think the Tokugawa are the only ones who actually have specialty troops right now. And let's see here. Let's sort by Sakai, and we'll sort by tier. Yeah, just Caravan Master, which is not really a troop. Yeah, I believe the Tokai Hatamotos are the only like quote unquote legendary troop tree, if I'm not mistaken. Let's sort by tier. And these guys as well. I mean, these guys aren't like a legendary troop tree though. They only have one thing that upgrades to tier 6. So they do have like Kansaibo and stuff, but not anything else really. And then they of course Kanto Elite Cavalry, which are insanely OP by the way. Then there's like Naginata monks, which are pretty decent as well. They don't have the best armor, but I think like maybe recruiting some monks would be not a terrible idea for infantry troops, like devoted Yari monk, Odachi, and Naginatas. You know, those are all pretty decent options in terms of recruiting infantry troops for the Sakai. So I would like to head over to this temple and see if we can actually find anything that's worth taking there. We do have some people already getting some more upgrades. God damn it, I just did all of these. kind of annoying, honestly. How many of these guys get upgrades? All right, we got one more. Shipwrecked. Interesting. There we go. We should be making a little bit more money per day here pretty soon, because I have finished speccing out a lot of those guys. All right, so we can get one of these people here. We can turn them into Naginata, which is nice. And then Naginata monk just goes into devoted Naginata monk. So yeah, those guys are actually like pretty decent. Huh. Might be a interesting way of dealing with our issues of wait, the Hokuriku can okay, so they can go to Naginata's, yeah. So we want them to go to Naginata's. But we can get rid of these Yari here. We do have quite a few veteran Yari Ashigaru, and they have like, again, you know, pretty middling armor, but we can kind of fine tune it to where we will end up yeah, see, this is just going to be too expensive to get all of these guys. It would be really nice to get some of those troops there, but it's just far too expensive. We need to go check out the there's a shrine over there as well. I don't see any temples up here. There is one right next to Sadawara, and Sadawara is a very large town. So if we check Kingdom Fiefs, I think it is the most prosperous town in the whole kingdom. No, Uchi is just barely. Sadawara should catch up fairly quickly. Wonder why it's having loyalty issues. Huh. Weird. It's probably just due to let's see here, clan parties. Do I have all these parties? Yeah, okay, I do have their wages pretty much. Oh, we are in the red. We are majorly in the red. Ooh. Yeah, that's garrison income for sure. We need to limit this to 500 as well. 400. Yeah, 750 there. Koyama, 750. All right, perfect. Yeah, some of these guys were not being limited. So that's why they're not making money though, because of that right there. So you guys know what that means. We need to go to war. Well, let's go check on Sadawara here and see what is the deal. Our security really shouldn't be this fucking bad, to be honest with you. Our security is just very poor. It does have settlement issues. There is an army of poachers here. How big are they gonna be? All right, let's see what they want us to do. Heard you may need some help with the problem. What can I do for you? Go to Yuye and give them. Okay. All right, take out an army of poachers. Didn't think I was gonna have to do that, but I guess I have to fix the settlement issues here because the security is so poor for some reason. And if that doesn't change soon, we're gonna run into some serious fucking problems of not having enough money. And I think overall we're making money, but I think on like an individual day basis we are actually losing money, so that's very much not good. I will go ahead and turn on the filter for you guys here. Color correction, eh? All right, let's let the let's just let the range troops deal with these fucks. I mean, they're not gonna be able to do shit. And I actually thought about keeping them in just line formation. Just putting them in line formation and just letting them crouch down. Because they should just, yeah, they should pretty much get out of each other's ways here. Oh, it's 50 poachers. That's going to be absolutely nothing against my troops. Cavalry is opening fire there. Put them in loose formation, why not? I just want to get a few shots off on these guys. Oh, that was two. 2 for 1 every Thursday. I think I do, like, probably want to think about switching to an Ozutsu. Just because it is so much better. We could probably have our guys hold fire for now. Get ready to shoot, though. Nice. I do wish the the muskets reloaded a bit faster, but I also understand why they don't. All right, let's get an RTS camera view. We do have a lot of Ozutsus, and they are getting a ton of kills, man. It looks like keeping them in line formation is totally fine. And I think it looks a lot prettier too. And also it doesn't take up nearly the space that keeping them out of line formation does. So that's quite nice. So right now we're basically just solidifying our territory, taking out lots of these boys here. And then what else is there really to do? Not a whole lot. All right, so that should fix some of the security problems here. I guess the other problems is really just, yeah, what else is causing the security to be so low? I mean, he's not the best governor in the world, but security. Prosperity is a big problem. Prosperity is actually expected to go down here, which is highly interesting. It's taking a long time to actually we really just need build speed, to be honest with you. But no one's really good at build speed, so that's not exactly ideal. That's military projects right there. That's security from range troops in the governed settlements. I mean, that's pretty solid. Yeah, I guess we will swap out Desperado there. Excuse me. And then let's do the same at fucking Koyama. We need to actually go over to Koyama and do some management. Sorry, there's gonna be a lot of management in this episode, I think. Just for the first little bit here. So, all right, let's head over to Koyama. What is the... Okay, I need to take one of these towns for myself. One of these two up here. I think we'll probably do that in this episode. We are starting to kind of get back into the green here. Starting to, keyword. I think... Yeah. Okay, so I think fixing some of the problems at Koyama... Again, they have bad security here. Go to the keep. Walter, take your own party. Let me go ahead and go to my companions and let's see. All right, so he's leading a party, staying at Sadawara. All right, recall to my party. Yes. You're leading a party, staying at Koyama. Recall. Okay, there we go. We're gonna need to get rid of a few of these troops, though. Excuse me. And I think if we got to get rid of anybody at this point, it should be Sakai Jin Samurai. So let's go to the keep. We'll manage the garrison, and there's 4 Sakai Yumi Samurai here. There's 13 Sakai Jin Samurai here. Okay, let's all right. I'm not sure how I feel about this, but we'll get rid of those guys and we'll bring in the Jin Samurai. And we'll also get rid of a few of these guys there. And that will give us room for those guys to join our party. Let's see here. All right, let's stop all the upgrades here. That's owner's influence. This is gonna take 174 days. Yeah, we're not doing that. All right, dojo. Okay, militia grounds first because militia are free. Their construction is so shitty here, though. I don't understand why it's so bad. Okay, well, they don't have a governor right now because we're moving somebody over here. Actually, I don't think they ever had a governor to begin with. Okay, you are going to be the governor here. Yes. Okay. Okay, that's fixing some of our problems already. Noe Theater for sure. And then that. Then build up the workshop. And then build up all of these as well. There we go. Okay. And then village growth probably isn't the answer. It'd have to be festival and games, right? I know I say Noe, and I know it's no theater, but I'm gonna keep saying Noe because it sounds better. We could also train militia as well to kind of offset the. I mean, we have 470 militia here though. The garrison's really the only ones that provide security, so maybe cultivation. I don't know. Loyalty is supposed to go up though, so that's nice, I guess. We should have some loot to sell here to kind of get back onto and to get back on track here. Yeah, we can get rid of all this shit. All right, very nice. Okay, let's check the ranged weapons. They just have the regular shit. The Samurai Jutsu has higher speed though. I'm just confused on what that really means. The Bajosu has has lower pierce, but the Samurai Jutsu has higher missile speed, I guess, so it just has longer range, I want to say. Tanishigami is all right as well. Bajotsu is kind of like the worst weapon out of all of them. The Arquebus is clearly like quote unquote the best gun. I mean, we do have a large Ozutsu here that's also very good, so maybe we should start using that. Because now our gun skill is much better. And we should really only need one Ozutsu ammo, and it's 10 shots, so I mean, ooh, legendary Ozutsu ammo. Okay, we'll replace that right there. All right, I'm gonna get 54,000. Yeah, that's fine. I know the trader doesn't quite have enough money, but that's good enough for me. I guess we should ransom our prisoners though. Gang needs recruits. I mean, you know what I never checked out in any Bannerlord save ever? I'll show you in just a second. It's going to be an inventory, but we want to go to our walk around town stuff here. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, all right, let's go to trade here. Let's set it to that. And let's see what melee weapons we are actually allowed to bring into town. Because a deerhide katana should be pretty fucking good. All right, we'll grab that, and then we'll get rid of this. And then we should be able to wear some pretty decent armor in town. It looks like all of the armor is basically blocked off. Huh. All right, well, that's something there, I guess. All of the other armor looks to be blocked off, though. Yeah, pretty much all of it is blocked off. Excuse me. And we can wear one of these instead of the Ronin robes. And then we can also should be able to get some some shoulder armor here with the monk vest. Yeah, we'll just go with that right there. That looks decent. Maybe white would look better. Yeah. Nah, I kind of like the beads. But let's do white with the beads. That looks way better than that. Pretty much all helmets are going to be off limits except for a very, very select few. All right, well, that's the maximum amount of armor we can pretty much equip here. All right, I'm going to pay 26k for the privilege. All right, let's take a walk around the town. I want to check out the gang features in this mod because it might be different than what we are used to. And yeah, the waterfront over here. Okay, so if we take over the waterfront, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and we have Jared with us too, so this might actually be easier to do than I thought. But if we take over all the gang stuff here, it should bring us some money in. And also it'll clear out the gang area. I think we have to eliminate all 3 of the gang areas. All right, you best talk to the boss. All right, what if I just... Okay, I can't do that. What goes on here? Now then, if you're asking, we help out those who are down on their luck. Give them a purse of silver to tide them by. Wait a bit. Oh, you assholes. Now get lost. Having a look, do you mind? I don't take orders from the likes of you. Alright. Should be able to take these dudes out pretty easily. Okay, easy. Easy enough. Okay. All right, now you can either take it over or leave it be, leave it empty to help the town. Okay. Leave it empty. Nice. All right, let's go clear out the other 2, whoa. Did I crash? I might have crashed. Okay. Attempt to continue here. And then we should just leave. Okay. There we go. All right, yeah, we're fine. All right, we're good. Yeah, so that did it did make the game crash there, so I am gonna drop a save here. I probably should have done that before. This is Shimazu 23, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll just override this save. And I'll have some auto saves as backups just in case. Everything should be totally fine though. So that should help security, maybe. I don't even know. Yeah, this guy, the gang leader here. I think we can... Let's visit him. I think if we clear out all the alleys, it might be beneficial. Okay, I must leave now. All right. So there's 2 other alleyways over here. The clearing and then back streets. We do have Jared with us, so should be easier. I don't take orders from the likes of you. There we go. Nice and easy. Leave it empty. All right, now we leave there. Excuse me. Okay, that might have just been a like a one-off kind of crash situation there. All right, we save there. All right, now let's try to... So they actually had negative relation with me. Interesting. All right. Let's go visit him again. That should put us close by. All right. I must leave now. Yep, that puts us pretty close by with this other alley, the back street. Can't just kill him, which is kind of shit. I think this should help out the town, though, if I'm not mistaken. It definitely increases relations, but don't take orders from the likes of you. Whoa, took my sword. Where'd the other guys go? What are these guys doing? Interesting. Maybe these guys? Maybe one of them is stuck. Weird. Teenager. No. It would have to be one of these people. Probably. I'm hearing fighting going on around the town, though. We did clear the alley. It should be clear. Maybe they're fighting back against the guards? I don't know. We'll leave it and we'll come back to it again and we'll see what the fuck's up. Visit him again. Let's leave now. Okay, so the back street's still there. Interesting. Maybe I fucked something up? Sorry about the coughing, by the way. Okay, looks like they're back there again. Let me try going back over there and clearing them out and seeing what happens. Maybe because we have no one to take over. That might be what's going on here. All right. I don't take orders from the likes of you. All right, very nice. All right, that should be the alleyway cleared. Yes, okay, leave it empty. All right, good. All right, so that guy is the guy who controls all of the alleyways, right? I was just trying to see if there was any interesting mechanics with this, because I haven't really messed around with it at all. Let's go talk to him. I must leave now. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure exactly how that really helps out the town, though. See, like, this is one of the weird things with Bannerlord is, like, doing stuff like that doesn't really do anything. You know, if I go take a walk around the town center and let's see what happens now. All right, well, there's no back alleys anymore. So I guess we did that, but like there's no like grand fucking effect on that. It's just clearing it out and then nothing. And I'm sure if we waited for like a little bit of time, it would just come back anyways. But that is upping our roguery skill, I guess. Let's see. I guess 5% raid speed would be good. Yeah, this is actually not a bad idea. Not a bad perk there. Jared did get some upgrade points. Very good. Oh, it looks like he had skill points too. No, okay, he didn't. Okay, cool. All right, we drop another save. That's the alleyways cleared out though. I'm not exactly sure if that even like really does anything. It would be a nice thing to see either a mod or just the base game to implement this, where you can go in and clear out the alleyways and maybe it improves your loyalty or your security. That would be really sweet to see, but I don't see that really happening anytime soon. We are back up to a decent amount of money, and I think for the rest of this episode, what we're gonna end up doing is going over and starting a war with the Otomo again. I imagine that's going to be the best thing for us to do. See, like here we're losing money. I don't understand. I'd like to come over and take this castle though, so that's what I'm going to do. It would be nice to get from there to here and get over to the Sanyo territories, because then we can maybe start getting some of the Sanyo troops, and their infantry is certainly going to be better than ours, I would imagine. But we'll head up to that castle there. That hideout I can't clear out because it's like bugged. It'll just crash. If you guys watched some of the early parts, had issues with that. Let's kill these guys really quick though. Let's wait for daytime. I really hate having to turn that filter on. It doesn't always end up looking very good. We'll go and fight these guys here. Clearing out bandit parties is also a really good way to make influence and money. I wish there was a preset toggle where I could just tell them to form 2 lines, you know? I think that would be a really good addition to the game. 63 infantry influence, and then you're gonna have ranged influence here. See, these guys are all infantry influence, and yeah, some of these guys really aren't that good. Wow, they're kind of shit. I'm not gonna lie. Horse archer influence 9, 25. Okay, so I guess you can go on those guys. And what we can do is just set these guys up here, set the horsemen up directly behind them. Or what we could do is set the horsemen off to the side again. Actually, you know what? For this battle, you know what I'm going to tell these guys to do? I'm going to tell them to dismount. So we told them to dismount. Let's go and ready up here. Let's put it in F10 mode. And they are all dismounted. So let's go and actually extend out our line here. That should put them into 3 ranks, I believe. Let's put them there, I think. And once these guys are reloaded, I will tell them to hold fire. And we'll get a really nice, we'll get a really sweet, all right, hold fire. All right, there's only 1 guy shooting there. Perfect. All right, see, this is not exactly 2 perfect lines, but it's close. All right, so we want to extend these guys out to 2 ranks. Directly next to them. And let's line them up a little bit better than that. I think this should be pretty fucking interesting here. All right. Everyone has been told to hold fire. Let's get a good shot of these guys opening up. They should be ready to open up very soon. You know what I just realized? Okay, those guys can't fucking see. Infantry there. Y'all slide over. And y'all slide over as well. Okay, there we go. All right. We'll get the shot from this side. I'm shorts farming here, by the way. All right, here we go. And open fire, gentlemen. Oh, I'd say that was significantly effective. Oh, yeah. All right, we'll tell the infantry to go in. And I guess I'll fire my Ozutsu if I get the opportunity. Yeah, see, it only got 2. I just wish it was more effective. Because one of the very, 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 very early forms of weapons was basically a handheld cannon. Just kind of wish we got access to that as well. That's okay, though. The Sakai Samurai Marksmen are going to be better than the Ozutsus, but it's always fun to play around with it. Hokuriku infantry. I didn't turn any of those guys into Hokuriku Teppo, right? No, it's all Sakai. Okay, perfect. We don't really have a ton of okay, we have 35 Ozutsu Samurai now. What the fuck was I doing when I spec'd this party out? All right, whatever. We'll take some of that stuff though. And then we can we can head over to that castle and besiege that castle. I'll make this episode a little bit longer because I was fucking around with admin stuff and then administration stuff and the alleyway. But I will take this castle for myself, obviously, just because of just reasons. So there was a I think it was just them joining my party. But yeah, all these castles here, like they're like not super profitable, I'll be honest with you. We only have a few that are very profitable, and it's just really the taxes and stuff. All right, well, okay, I guess we just declare war against the Otomo. I guess that's really all there is left to do. All right, let's find the Otomo. And they do support declaring war. It's only been 51 days since we have declared peace, though, so if I okay, so I want to go attack the lumber town. I don't want to fuck up that horse town because it will massively screw that up for me. We're gonna wait here for some time. Allow all of our parties to coalesce here. I need to make sure that I'm actually speccing that stuff out every episode, because if I'm not, then we're going to be in the red. Okay, it seems like we've started to stabilize more now. But the next thing that really needs to get done is mostly actually this, which is go to parties and we find Koyama. It's mostly just going to be upping the wages. So up this to 1,000, I guess. And then up Sadawara to 1,000 as well. And if we have to, I guess I don't know, let's try upping these to 750. Or as close to it as we can. And now they may not actually fill that completely, but this is generally the starting area I like to be at. It does allow for towns to become a bit more profitable. We really just need to wait for the game to develop, though. I mean, we're still pretty early on in the playthrough. Let's continue waiting here. We'll wait for everyone to join the army. We should be getting some free influence here because of clan members in army, which is really, really nice. And that should pretty much be everybody in the army. Okay, perfect. So our forces have about 1,000. Let's go ahead and take hostile action. Let's raid the village, continue, end the raid. And then we're going to head over to this castle, which has quite a few defenders. 692 is pretty insane. Now they're down to 499 though. So hopefully we beat this guy back over to his castle, and it looks like we did. All right, let's go ahead, and we are only at 46 influence, so we're not going to have any trouble maintaining that or anything. But we can go ahead and start the siege here. Build Ozutsus as normal. Build a battering ram as well. And we should be in for a good siege here. We should be able to take out quite a few of their castles here in the next couple episodes. We should probably completely delete the Otomo off the map pretty soon. Now we're just waiting for that battering ram. That all-important, crucial battering ram. All right, it's up, and it's daytime. Drop a save, and then we go at it. And now let's see if since we have adjusted our parties to only include gun range troops, let's see how effective we actually are. I believe I also said that they could have melee troops. I think I said you can have every single melee troops, and you can have every single gun troop, and also gun cavalry troops as well. Excuse me. All right, infantry influence. We'll put you in the lead of that, and then there should be somebody who's better at infantry influence than those guys. But I'm gonna go and put myself in command of the gun troops. And I will put you in command of the infantry, since you have a very, very good infantry stat for some reason. All right, let's ready up here. All right, let's see here. So, okay, so we actually do have some, like, actual real infantry. Okay, nice. Let's put them in loose formation here, and we will stretch these boys out all across. And this is patent pending as the ghost strategy here. So we'll see how effective it is. All of the ranged troops should be moving up now. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of bows. Okay, well, here's all the bows. There is quite a few bows, but hopefully as the game progresses here, they should all get converted into gun troops if they are not already. Okay, I'm seeing a lot more gun troops than we did before. Okay, so that is actually working. Excuse me. All right, let's come right up to the walls here. Ooh, big lag. And what I'm going to do is try to get around here in a way that allows me to shoot at these guys right here. I don't think I'm going to be able to get up here high enough. Come on now. I can't climb on a rock? You're shitting me. That's kind of bullshit. All right, well, anyways. Let's go see if we can find a gap to shoot through. Could always just pick up the ladder here. That's gonna force these guys to go in. Ooh, there's a big group right there. Let's go and get this bad boy reloaded. I'm gonna get closer to the wall so I don't get hit by as many arrows. All right, this is actually going quite well for us. We've killed 70 already. These guys are going up the ladders. All right, let's try shooting at this big group here. Got one, but that's not really, like, super effective or anything. They actually get through the gate already? Okay, wow. Already through the gate. That's good. Everyone's doing well. Okay. It looks like those guys are... Did they bust through the gate? Okay, it looks like they did bust through the gate. Okay, very nice. I'm not sure what happened to my 3rd infantry formation. Maybe they took too many losses. We'll have to see what goes on here. And no one can survive more than one swing from this thing unless they're wearing very, very heavy armor. And this thing is long. You can just see how much damage this sword does to the gate. It really demonstrates. Oh, I got shot by a gun. That's unfortunate. All right, here's what we need to do. We need to bring up the ranged troops here. Let's bring them up to here for now. Tell everybody they can fire at will. But then we need to bring the ranged troops inside the actual settlements. So I'm thinking we put them in line formation and then just kind of walk them into the gate. Get them all going through the gate. And then they should, everyone should be on fire at will now. There we go. Yep, they should all go through the gate there. Perfect. And our first wave, our first actual wave should be infantry. So that should help. And then we should have these guys shooting as well. It looks like they're actually holding out here on this left side pretty decently. So we'll have to see how that goes. I'm hoping that enough of let's move them up to there. I'm hoping that enough of the infantry actually are alive to deal with this over here. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass. Let's bring them all up here and we'll see if they can help out from there. Excuse me. Sorry about the coughing, by the way. Oh, look at that big ass banner, dude. That thing is not moving with the wind or anything. If we look to move these guys forward here and put them right there, they should be able to help push through here. All right, very nice. And we should get a reinforcement wave pretty soon. Although we probably don't need it. We could probably just set the ranged troops to take care of the rest of them. But I would like to actually siege them out properly here. This is the last layer. But you guys were about to see how effective ranged troops are in a siege. I mean, we started with like hardly any infantry. And you can already see them opening fire there. Definitely a lot more ranged troops than or a lot more gun troops than bow troops though, I'm seeing. Even just like the Ashigaru marksmen. Now there isn't a ton of them to go ahead and press the attack in melee, that's for sure. And we're still waiting on a lot of these gun troops to push up here. But since the guns actually do like, they have like decent clearance, you don't really need to have them in loose formation from what I've figured out. But you will take more losses, of course. And you can see the front rank is kneeling there. Very nicely. And they're sorting out their their issues here. Let's just see how quickly these guys get taken down here. We may need to move them up here. I think that's probably a better spot. And we haven't got a reinforcement wave yet, so it should be fine though. They are starting to come out here. Be very, very curious to see how effective they can fire here. It seems like mostly only the front ranks are firing. And you will occasionally see guys in the back ranks firing. Move them up even further here. And actually, you know, it might be a play here. Pull these guys out. And then let the guns just open up on these dudes. Yeah, pull these guys out for a moment. And just let the guns completely open up on these dudes. Alright, we'll just charge everybody now. There we go. Did not even need a reinforcement wave to take a castle. That's actually probably one of the first times playing Shokuho that I've actually not needed a reinforcement wave. To take a settlement, a castle, or all of the above. Alright, we'll go ahead and speed through the rest of this bad boy though. Should be relatively simple here for the ending. And there it is. Very nice. Only lost 94. That's really good. Although a lot of them, it seems, did get to retreat to the keep. I'm going to drop a save here, of course. Because whenever I don't, it always seems to crash on this part. All right, let's go ahead and send troops here. Let's go and clear the selection. Do not want those guys going in, that's for sure. Kai Samurai Infantry is fine with me. Veteran Yari Hatamoto's is fine with me. Yari monks, also good. Sakai samurai infantry. And then pretty much just anyone who is decent in a fight. Sanyo Jin Samurai, Tosan Jin Samurai, Kunai Jin Samurai. All right, they should be able to take this quite easily. All right, very nice victory. We have claimed another castle for the cause. I'll take the skilled Sakai samurai infantry, and I'll also take the Sakai Jin Samurai. Everyone else I'm going to leave though. Actually, I'll take the Sakai horse gunner as well. Might as well. And then these two guys, they can get... Okay, yeah, we need to keep doing Yumi there. And the reason we want to keep doing Yumi is because I made way too many Ozutsu samurai. 33 is too many. I actually think if I didn't have any at all and they were just all Sakai, skilled Sakai samurai marksmen, they would do much better. Okay, now the question is, since there is a large Ozutsu, there must be a small Ozutsu. Logically speaking. And there might be some decent stuff here, but I'll go ahead and just grab it all. All right, show mercy, and I'm going to accept this fief here. Prosperity is only 800, and let's check the castle out here. Let's go ahead and clear the construction queue. We definitely need to increase the settlement loyalty. Festival and games is going to help out a lot. The loyalty drift is going to be rather bad to start out with. Wow, we have 9 fucking security here. What in the absolute fuck is going on? All right, militia grounds first, dojo next, and then Noe Theater, Jodai Meeting Hall, tax collector, and then we go garrison. Okay, no. Then we go small holdings, then garrison barracks, then food stores, then siege workshop, and then that's everything queued up. Perfect. All right, we can add 10k here just to give them a little bit of a boost. Loyalty is so bad here though. The security is, yeah, I don't know. I feel like this needs to, either they need to like rebalance this or make some things more impactful, I guess you would say. They do have some interesting troops here though. I will take the Yumi Samurai and the let's see, what else do they have? Sakai Samurai Infantry I will take. Sakai Jin Samurai I will definitely take. But that's pretty much okay. I can take Kanai and Hokoriku's as well. Just to buff out the infantry here. All right, that's pretty much it though. Yari Monk I'll take as well, actually. These Hokuriku mercenaries are actually pretty decent. They get a, I believe, yeah, they get a Tanishigami, whereas these guys only get a, oh no, they get a Tanishigami as well. Interesting. There's really no point to those guys then, is there? Whoa. Okay, is this just weird. I think that's a manhunter, if I'm not mistaken. I have no idea, actually. But yeah, very nice. All right, so that should help our income a bit. Yeah, okay, so that one town there, that one town is making damn near 3k per day. That's pretty fucking solid, if I do say so myself. Let's go and drop a save here, and then we'll go and wrap up this episode, ladies and gentlemen. A very, very long one for you guys. An hour-long episode. Haven't done... well, I guess the last episode of this was over an hour, too. Because we were on a fucking journey, man. All right, well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys all so very much for watching. But in particular, special thanks to our channel members. Thank you to Tyler, Moses, Jared, Walter, Tobias, Mooncheese, Franklin, Shadowfighter Pro, JT, Michael, Pfeiffer, Desperado, Shipwrecked, and Joski. All right, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys for next week's episode of Shimazu Gun Samurai on Tuesday. I hope y'all have a again, I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.